Greetings, fellow Southern Cameroonians across the globe, wherever you find yourself. Today I'm coming to you with my heart just shattered for the past 3 days. These 3 days, I have been just quiet, trying to pursue our boys on the ground who are in Bambui, the Ambazonian fighters in Mezam, in Tuba division, all that area. We know who control those areas. We know Commander, you have a Commander Destiny, who was the ARF fighter that was left on his own. You have Prosper, how you call his name, Prosper. And you have the ADF that have transferred from Batibo and they have been using Babanki as their main base. I know my brother who is in China. When I say my brother, it means somebody who is in this struggle. These are people who are not in the social media, who have been coordinating the activities of the ADF. Somebody who have been a victim of the regime, whose father was killed by the Cameroon army. The reason I'm saying this is for you on the ground to know that we know who is responsible for what is going on the ground. The soldiers are talking. We know who is in control of Bambui. The last time we have ADF boys come there to shoot gun on the street, with the incident when they kidnap people and rape a girl in Bambui, we know what is going on in Bambui. The ADF commander in Bambui, who had stopped humanitarian action there when I was still with the ADF, I know you, everybody knows you. The whole NGO in Ground Zero knows what is going on. It is just shocking that in the 21st century, knowing what we know, you people go and kidnap a reverend father, Reverend Huub Waters. Everybody knows this man. When I go to my village, I have met this man several times coming to visit local villages, helping people on how to get water from water catchment, purify water. Now they pardon this way that they help picking them for abroad. Meaning donate money, say me then go for Africa, then go be where. I am shocked. I am humiliated as a Southern Cameroonian that this man have been kidnapped by our Ambazonian fighters going to Boyo, from what they are telling us, going to Boyo, together with his assistant, Mr. Nkan, who have been kidnapped repeatedly by Ambazonian fighters. Everybody knows them. Who doesn't know Mill Hill's mission? Mill Hill Missionaries, that this Reverend brother, as they call him in Catholic, I will just call him Reverend Rev Waters, who is from Holland. I have sit down and watched for the past days. I see Mark Barata coming to talk talking about international community, arguing me for. None of you people actually care about what is going on the ground. The Pope himself has given an appeal to the Ambazonian fighters on the ground. It does not mean anything to you. The radicals like Sheikh Kavi will come and tell you that we want the international community to know how. When you people go and kidnap somebody like this, this is not the Ambazonian dream. This is not what our people stood for in 2016. Not the legitimate grievances of our people to go around kidnapping people. Kidnapping a reverend father. Kidnapping a reverend father. I am not just shocked that somebody, this is not a stranger that have been kidnapped. Reverend Huub Waters, everybody who have gone to boarding school, Catholic, mixed with Catholic school, you know this pa. He has been working in our community, helping to heal people in the villages who don't have access to health care, organizing health visits, helping schools to get resources, even out of the Catholic missions budget, helping people from abroad to support back community, white people to contribute to support, sharing clothes to people who don't have dresses. This power go around sharing clothes for the past 54 years. 54 years, this man left his country from Holland, one of the most happiest place in the world, as the World Index put it, to come down to sacrifice his life for us Africans, to help us You go and kidnap him. And all the Ambazonian leaders, various factions are quiet. For the past 3 days, I've been struggling hard to reach out to all Ambazonian fighters in Bambui. Everybody is playing like that, playing around. Say, hey, they're catching her for come. Hey, they're catching her for this side. Release this power immediately. Release this power immediately. You people have seen what happened in Bamenda. When they came and burned my family home, my childhood home, what happened? That is when people become conscious of the fact that fighters left Bui from the only bro camp and came to Bamenda and were going around being used to do kidnapping for ransom excessively. What happened? All of those fighters have died. All of them have died. The camp of the only bro have been attacked by the Cameroon military. Because you go and burn my own house. Somebody who is a top diplomat for Ambazonia. So where is the boundary? This is not what our people sign up for. This is not a liberation struggle. This is pure criminality going on that we cannot give an excuse or justification of this type of activities. We cannot stay quiet. We cannot tolerate it. We have to speak out. This is not what our people signed for. This is pure evil. A betrayal of the trust of the people, betrayal of a legitimate cause, betrayal of everything our people stands for. Talking about a better way to destroy any international sympathy for our cause. You go around, kidnap a reverend father. A reverend father. You are a thief. You are a criminal. This reverend father should be released within these 3 days from today. If he is not released within these 3 days from today, I will use all my connection in Ground Zero, in Tuba, in Bambui, to make sure that there will be no hole for any. If you are a legitimate Ambazonian fighter, go to work, call the people who have held this man to be released immediately. Reverend Rev Waters and his driver, who is also his assistant, Mr. Henry Khan, who is a Bobe, is a con man. Release him. Why are you kidnapping these people? Kidnapping clergies, humanitarian workers, community leaders, peace builders is not our value. It's a betrayal of who we are as a people. It's a betrayal of human decency. There is no war that you don't have peace builder walking around troops trying to help humanitarian. Even Médecins Sans Frontières, a French organization, was in Ground Zero helping us. They were kicked out by the Cameroon army because they were treating most Ambazonian fighters who had wounds. And our people in general. They were the one given medicines. And then you go and kidnap this type of people? Are you crazy? Are you normal? You are a thief. Any Ambazonian fighter responsible for this action, release this power, this Reverend Brother Huub Waters. They call it Brother Waters, Father Waters, whatever. Release this man now. It is wrong. It is immoral. It is evil. It is demonic. It is a betrayal of our people. It's destroying any prospect of our people to have any international solidarity or sympathy. Even the hardliners, as Sheikh Kavi, as dull as he is, he's talking about international, let the international community understand. How can anybody in the international community understand what we are or even support what we are doing? Are you not trying to get them to support Cameroon to fight our people? No doubt the British High Commissioner went to visit the DDR camp because of stupidity like this. There should be no justification or excuse for such activities that are criminal in nature, that are committed by Ambazonian fighters. These our fighters have lost their way. They have lost their way completely. And this is enough. They should be released immediately. I'm giving the fighters 3 days. And I'm asking every human being who have benefited from this power, every Catholic Christian on the ground, every human being on the ground in Baba, do not allow this curse to stain the land. Do not allow this shame to befall you. If you know any Ambazonian fighters in Tuba, in Babanki, even in call them and tell them, when I release that power, when I go catch white man like the one. Not, this is not even somebody who is a foreigner to us. This is somebody who have spent 54 years in our country. I know some people have been promoting this atheist, anti-Christ, anti-religion type of agenda. Our culture is not the white man religion. It's not Islam. But our culture is tolerant. Our traditional people will even go to Christmas Day or even to Easter to celebrate Christmas. They will celebrate Ramadan. We are accommodating to everybody. But this type of idea that some people are coming criticizing Christianity for nothing, trying to rewrite the history. Understand something in Africa. If it was not white people like this who abandoned their territory against the colonial restriction, because the colonial government banned Africans from going to school, it were the missionaries who came down, sacrificed their lives to stay and even die because they could not go back home to be embraced by their community or their government for teaching you how to read and write. These are the people responsible for our education. There is no African liberator who did not benefit from education from Christian missionaries, especially the Catholic Church. There is none. Jongu Foncha was a product of them. Endele was a product of them. Umnyobe was a product of them. Kwame Nkrumah was a product of them. Even the ones who went to abroad to go and study were a product of them. Till today, the best schools in Africa are built by religion institutions that are all foreign-based. So people should understand, this is madness, this is wrong. This is wrong, it is bad and must be condemned. This man should be released immediately. I've waited these 3 days, it's too long. Release this Reverend Huub. Reverend Rev Waters and his driver and assistants, Bobe Kang, Achoh Kang Henry. They should be released with immediate effect. And if you are an Ambazonian activist, you don't come out to condemn this act, then forever be silent. Don't come and be telling us rubbish about this and that. Hey, let us do it. For what? When things like this are happening in our territory. A reverend father who have been on the ground for 54 years, building bridges, feeding the hunger, giving clothes to those who are naked, giving slippers to people in the village who don't have slippers to wear, helping to raise money to build where. He has given his life to that land. He's not a stranger. He's not a foreigner. And he's kidnapped for 3 days and people are quiet. This man should be released immediately. And I'm calling on all of our people in Ground Zero. If you know any Ambazonian fighters and these people are not released, do everything and every means necessary to make sure that that particular soldier is not welcome in our community. Because this is pure criminality. This is pure demonic, disrespectful issues. The line must be drawn in the sand with what is tolerable and what is not tolerable. Our reaction to such events is very important. We have seen what social media effects social media have on the influence on the ground. We cannot accept this nonsense. Release this Reverend Father. And I'm talking to you, Commander Destiny, who is the commander, supreme commander in all of our forces there in Bambui. Prosper. All of you people there, release this power immediately. Release this power immediately. We in PRAP, we condemn these activities, this kidnapping of humanitarian workers, clergymen, community leaders, peace builders, as a crime against our own people and a crime against humanity. And it should stop. They should be released immediately. Nobody who is a clergy, a quarterhead, a leader in the community, a peace builder, an advocate should ever be touched. They should never be touched by anybody. This only brings a bad name to our struggle, a bad name to the legitimate cause of our people who are crying out for justice. We have seen our people crying out for justice for their chieftaincy. We have seen our people crying out for justice for their language, justice for the education board, justice for the bar association, justice for every segment where they are crying out for justice. You cannot do such a disservice to them by ruining any chance for them to get that justice that can only come through international pressure, and such activity is an attack against such efforts or against such prospect of international intervention or international pressure for anything good to happen. They should be released immediately. with immediate effect. This is not acceptable. Don't do this in our name. Everybody should get to work to make this thing come to an end. This is nonsense.